At the height of World War II, families slept knowing that if someone tried to break in, they would hear it, feel it, or stop it long before help ever arrived. That's the uncomfortable truth modern security ads don't like to mention. Long before cameras, alarms, or smartphone alerts, ordinary civilians protected their homes with systems so simple, so physical, and so psychologically effective that, honestly, many of them still outperform modern gadgets today. No Wi-Fi, no electricity, no updates, just human instinct, smart design, and hard-earned experience. And here's the interesting part. These methods weren't improvised guesses. They were refined under real pressure, when burglary, sabotage, and nighttime intrusion were genuine wartime threats. People didn't secure their homes for convenience. They did it to survive. So let's strip away the plastic and circuits and look at the old-school WWII's home security that still works right now. Windows were treated like weak points, not decorations. Glass has always been, the most vulnerable part of a house. Households during the war understood this well, especially during blackout conditions, when broken glass couldn't be easily seen or replaced. Many people reinforced their windows with interior wooden bars or removable shutters. These weren't nailed permanently, but were designed to slot into place at night. This way you could have light and air during the day, and security after dark. Curtains, too, were actually functional. Heavy fabric would reduce silhouettes, muffle sound, and conceal movement. Thin curtains were avoided, since, honestly, they just turned occupants into shadows on display. Today, we rely on glass sensors. But back then, people relied on not advertising themselves in the first place. Trip lines and passive alerts were, everywhere. One of the cleverest wartime defences was the trip line. Just a simple cord, string or wire stretched low across entry points, hallways or staircases attached to a noisemaker. Step forward and something falls, rattles or snaps. No electricity, no calibration, and no false positives from pets if you positioned it correctly. Just pure cause and effect. These things weren't meant to injure. They were meant to wake everyone up instantly. And really, that's the key. Security doesn't stop threats. It simply gives you time to respond. The human factor was always the final layer. World War II home security assumed something modern systems often ignore. Humans are part of the system. People slept lightly. They coordinated with neighbours. They knew the sounds of their street. An unfamiliar noise stood out immediately. Some communities established informal night awareness, where neighbours checked on each other without formal patrols. A light in the wrong window, a gate left open, a sound out of rhythm. Security wasn't outsourced, it was shared, and that social awareness created deterrence stronger than any alarm siren. Why these methods still work today? Technology fails quietly. Old systems fail loudly. A dead battery doesn't crunch. A software glitch doesn't rattle a pan. A network outage doesn't stop gravel from announcing footsteps. The genius of World War II-era home security is that it relied on physics and psychology. Both are still operating exactly as they did 80 years ago. Intruders still fear noise, still avoid attention, still choose the easiest target. And homes that signal resistance, awareness, and delay are still the ones most often bypassed. The real lesson World War II left behind. The goal of security has never been total protection. That's a myth sold by convenience. The real goal is deterrence, early warning and time. World War II civilians understood that deeply because they lived without backups. If something went wrong, help wasn't coming quickly. So they built systems that made intrusion uncomfortable, uncertain and risky. They didn't try to win a fight, they tried to prevent one. And that mindset is the real inheritance. Modern devices can be useful, but only when paired with principles older than electricity. Audible presence, physical resistance, psychological pressure, community awareness. Those ideas never went obsolete, they were just forgotten. And this is exactly what Before Modern Times exists to uncover. If this deep dive changed how you think about security, make sure to like the video so more people discover these forgotten lessons. Subscribe to Before Modern Times for more real-world tactics pulled straight from history. And share this with someone who still thinks safety only comes with a monthly subscription. Because the past didn't just survive without modern tech. It mastered life without it.